Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again.
It's time for the JCraig 5, maybe 10-minute movie review. Overlord is produced by J.J. Abrams, which is why anybody really knows about this movie right now. Directed by Julius Avery, who I'm not familiar with his work. Avery also wrote this as well, someone by the name of Billy Ray. That's right, his name is Billy Ray. Awesome name. So Overlord is about an operation that's happening just before the D-Day operation in Normandy. And this operation is taking place over France, and their job is to destroy some communication towers before the landing the next day. So there is a ticking clock here, and this is a guys on a mission movie. It's a World War II guys on a mission movie. And in fact, it works really well just by that, but it also is infused with a bit of science fiction or horror elements. So this movie is a little bit of everything. But it first and foremost is a guys on a mission World War II movie. Now, speaking of the guys on a mission, I don't know anybody in this movie. They look familiar, but I don't know who they are. So you have somebody by the name of Julius Avery. He is the lead. I actually thought it was John Boyega when I first saw his first photo. I thought it was John Boyega. It's not at all. But he's the lead. He plays kind of like a conscientious objector. He doesn't want to be there. He's not a fighter. He's not a soldier, not a killer, but he's there, and he's the one that we're following. Also stars Wyatt Russell, the colonel, more of the special forces trained guy. He's in it. Bokeem Woodbine, the guy, you've seen him before in countless movies. He last was in Spider-Man Homecoming as a shocker in the early part of the movie. He's in it for a little bit. And then a bunch of other people like Matilda Oliver. She's the French town person who we're involved with. And then a bunch of people who I cannot pronounce their names. But this movie gets by in the fact that there's no star power. It's okay because these guys hold their own very well. This movie is, again, about a guys on a mission. There's a ticking clock. They have to complete this job, or the landing on D-Day is not going to happen. So it's incredibly important that they finish this job. However, it's not just about the job anymore, because once they get involved in this town and they go underneath, they find something happening that they can't turn their eye to. And I think that's what this movie is really about, is about turning a blind eye. You know, it took us a while for America to get into that fight, and then once we were there, we saw the atrocities, and we helped out everywhere we could. Much is going on right now in this world where we're turning a blind eye, and this is about helping out mankind and being a good person and doing what's right. It's not just about the mission. And so there's a nice dichotomy between it. There's an argument. There's a conflict in between the group that's left over after this big landing, but about what to do. That's not a part of the job. That's not a part of the mission. The mission. But yet there's something else happening that they have to take action on. And I like that they have to have that conflict inside of the main conflict, and it helps the story grow. So turning your blind eye, I think or not turning a blind eye, that's the central focus of this movie. And it allows the character like Julius Avery to be somebody greater, right? He doesn't want to be there, but he's doing everything he can for the mission, and then again for mankind. So I was a little deceived by this movie at first, though. I thought from the trailer this was more of like a zombie movie. I mean, it's not at all. Not at all. Now, if you wanted to classify this movie, I would put it in like a Resident Evil classification, science fiction horror. Now, why? Because this seems like you could put this storyline, put it in a video game, and have it be a World War II Resident Evil game, and it would play perfectly. And it has all the elements that you need for a Resident Evil game, or for a movie for that matter. But it really fits in that world. Now, this is by J.J. Abrams, and he's already said that this is not connected to the Cloverfield movies at all. Okay, so don't get your hopes up if you think there's some kind of cross between this and the Cloverfield experiments and Cloverfield itself. So there's no correlation there. It just has to do with monsters or something like that. It's really cool, though. So there's a lot of cool aspects to this movie. It does take a while for it to get to the crazy stuff, which is fine because, again, it gets by on its own as just a guys on a mission movie. Everyone's good in this movie. The action is really good. There's some moments where I had to grip my armrest because it was pretty frenetic. When the operation starts off and the bombing starts, or the shooting starts, and our soldiers have to eject or get out of the plane, it's a pretty amazing sequence, and it was done very well. So that beginning sequence was really had me, and there's some more moments throughout the movie where I thought were really well done. It should be a B movie. This should be a B movie, especially with no star power. behind it. The fact that it is a kind of a guys on a mission World War II movie mixed with zombies or monsters, something like that. So it plays like a B movie, but I think it's better because it takes itself seriously. It's trying to tell a good story. It's trying to tell a good story that has something else going on behind it, and I think that was really cool. So I think you're really going to enjoy it. I mean, I was going into the movie thinking I needed something fun, something that was entertaining, and I got what I wanted out of it. And I walked out surprised because I was expecting something completely different, and I'm glad because zombies are a little passe. They're a little cliche right now, I'm getting a little tired of it. So I'm glad that they didn't go the zombie route, but went in a different route. And now you have to suppose, okay, if they didn't complete their mission, what would have happened? And so there's that cool thing, like maybe this did happen, but we don't know about it now. And you'll see why. So pretty cool movie. Go check it out. Don't forget to subscribe over here to the J. Craig. And I have some other videos over here, of course. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time.